Got an update for you guys. About a month and a half ago, I decided to set some money aside to commission some artwork of Gatorbox characters, some of our mascots, and I got 6 pieces of art. One of them is new art of Nessie, right? The other 5 is artwork of characters that really kind of don't have any art. Characters that we've never really used for anything. Some of them like a one-off thing that like we never did anything with, right? You know. The first picture I'd like to show you is one I got of Ness. It was going to be like summer themed, but I got a late start to this, and August is already halfway over and it's getting ready to be fall. So, whoops. But this one's Nessie, and I'll just put it up on the screen. Can I just click this? Will it work? Cool. That just works. Awesome. Nessie, bikini, you know, got the look going. So, when I wanted to get this done, yeah, it's you. Look at that. And I got that picture from your Instagram, Ness. I wanted to get it done, but I wanted it to be done like, you know, good, right? I wanted to hire a decent artist. I wanted her to look nice, right? Conventionally attractive, you know what I mean? So I was like, honestly, the best way to get an artist to draw a pretty lady is to hire somebody who normally draws porn and then say, draw this lady, and then put some clothes on her. I gotta show it, not get in trouble on Twitch. So do what you gotta do, right? Don't give me the little Doritos covering the nipples. Just make it like a normal ass swimsuit, right? Just do that, but you know, you can have a little wiggle room with it, but just don't get my ass in trouble. And notice she's wearing a blue bikini, which is the same color blue as the Cola T-shirt that she wears in the other picture. She's got the Uno cards and she's going like that with them, right? So it's the same color blue. I gave the artist that as a reference to use. So she's playing volleyball, you know, sand spear. You guys know about it. But Nessie's got a friend, so let me do this. You guys might remember when we were playing Winback a few weeks ago. I got that giant stuffed orca from shopgoodwill.com, and we kind of like were joking about it. We were like, what if we had an orca mascot for the stream, right? So I just kind of invented one. Now, this is from the same artist who did the other swimsuit picture, so it's another swimsuit picture. And I'll just put it up on the screen. Right? Here we go. This is Lantis, right? Named after like Atlantis, right? The sunken city. She's got some gazongas on her, right? You can definitely tell a porn artist made this one. The other one was like a little sus, right? A little on the a little iffy. This one definitely a titty guy drew this one. I told him that she is slightly heavier set, right? Because she's a whale, so she's not fat, but she's just gonna be heavier because whale, you know, people associate whales with being large, like, again, not fat, but that's for lack of a better term, right? So I kind of just relayed that to him, and then he was like, "Don't worry, I got you, fam." And then he hammered this one out. She's fine. Just, you know, it's like, I really can't use this one in a lot of places. Like, I can't use it on, like, you know, YouTube thumbnails. People can get the wrong impression about Gatorbox if I start throwing this one around. The other one of Nessie in the swimsuit, okay, fine. That's believable. Especially if I use it in conjunction with the other art. But this one, you know, this one will just be between us. I had to, like, dig up, existing art of, like, other anthropomorphic orca characters, and like 95% of them just like don't fit the, like, they didn't fit the mental image I had of like when I designed Lantis over here. right? So I was like, this is no good, this is no good, this is no good. So I just kept working with it until I found a couple that worked. I'm like, okay, here's kind of the look of the body, and instead of being black, she's like dark purple, right? That's the original character, Do Not Steal, right? That's what differentiates her from all the other ones. So, canonically, Nessie and Lantis are friends. They went to school together. They were study buddies, right? And then they had a few girls' night out, right? Going to the club, staying up late, watching movies, watching chick flicks, having a pint of ice cream. Lantis had 2 pints, or whatever. She's eating ice cream in the picture. The artist who did I should have loaded it up just to have it here, but the artist who did the drawing of Nessie that we use in the YouTube thumbnails and title cards, and the one where she's like got the Uno cards and she's flicking the whole stack. She's got the Cola shirt on, the blue one that the guy used to get the color for the bikini in the other picture, right? You guys have loved that picture. I love that picture. Everybody likes that picture, and we've used it for 4 years, 3.5 years, literally, since it got commissioned. We've used it for that long. So I decided to go back to that same artist and commission her to do more art of some of the other characters. So this character actually does have art. She only has just the one picture. But you guys know Jesse, right? From Jaggy Jaguar, when he sent in the viewer mail, he had the little plush, right? Little Jesse plush. This is from the same plush series as Nessie. This is just the small one. That's the big one, right? So originally, whenever Jaggy sent Jesse over, she came with the little adoption certificate. So initially, Jessie was our adopted daughter, but keeping that up with the canon got kind of strange. So now Jessie is just Nessie's little sister, right? So we drew her. I figured, they could be different, right? They're from the same bloodline, the same family, but Nessie is conventionally into things that are feminine, right? And then her sister, well, she likes to go out and play basketball and ride her bikes and stuff like that, so she's more of a tomboy, right? So I figured you had the nice little the contrast between the two. And then of course she's got the 23 on the jersey because of course, talking about Michael Jordan, right? The actual GOAT, right? We're not gonna have the argument over who else I could possibly be. Michael Jordan's the best, all right? Hands down, right? Guy was in Space Jam. He met Bugs Bunny for real, right? Okay? That's all I gotta say. I don't think LeBron, he didn't. That was a fake Space Jam. That was not a real Space Jam. That didn't happen. That was fake news. That was all CGI and green screen. What's really kind of unfortunate about these characters is that, when we introduced Ness, I was in my, late 20s, so Nessie is just the same age as me. Right, but as the show has gone on, now I'm in my late 30s, so Nessie kind of has to be in her late 30s too, so Jessie's age is kind of frozen at 9, which is weird because, siblings don't usually have that big of an age gap, it's too much, so, I don't know, I might wiggle with it some more, I don't know, make age Jessie up a little bit, I don't know, but I kind of want her to be a kid so we could have, I don't know if you guys have picked up on this, but every Gatorbox character has one specific trait, right? Well, Nessie's kind of the default one, right? But Muscles is the buff one, right? The gym bro. Rasta Otter is he's the stoner, right? Lantis the one, she's kind of heavy set, she's kind of fat. Jessie's the kid. Everybody has a thing, right? You can identify with. So, so that's kind of the idea here. Several years ago, I got a stuffed horse from a Goodwill, and I paid $1 for it. And I cleaned it up and restored it and showed it off on stream one day. You guys were obsessed with the expression that the horse was making. said it looked like the PogChamp emote. So it's in chat. You can use it right now. But we kind of made a whole little character for this emote. So this is Meredith. That's the actual name of the horse. The horse has a name. The stuff that, yeah, that's the emote. That's the PogChamp emote. So pretty much using this and not much else, I was able to talk to the artist and get this character made up. So I was like, you know how everybody has that defining trait? Well, Meredith's trait is that she's the old one, right? So she's in her late 40s. So she's the oldest character by like a decade. Yeah, she could be friends with Whisper, right? They kind of have the same thing going on, right? The same little interaction. I'm just really happy that the artist was able to draw, you know, a horse character that didn't look like My Little Pony. Because for some of the characters that don't have any art at all to go by, like this one's just an emoticon and like a picture of a stuffed animal, like that's the best I could do. I used Microsoft Copilot to generate, I tried to use AI to generate like some example poses or, you know, colorations and stuff, just something to kind of go by, to say, you know, kind of here's some other references to go by. Yeah, trying to generate like a normal, not like a normal horse, right? Because it'll just do a horse by itself, but anything beyond just actual normal ass horse, all of the prompts have been poisoned by My Little Pony. So it doesn't matter what you try to generate, it always comes out looking like a fucking My Little Pony horse. So trying to get something that looked, this character looks like a horse, doesn't look like a My Little Pony character. So that was important to me. And the AI knows two things: real horse, My Little Pony horse. That's all. There's no in between, right? It's like binary, right? Ones and zeros. This is a character that a lot of these characters spawn from like stuffed animals, just because that's how we got Ness. So this one, a few years ago, I don't have him handy. He's in storage right now. She has hands. The horse is Mrs. Hands. Okay. So a while back, I had this giant stuffed dolphin that we played around with on stream a while back. We were thinking about making a character based on him, so we did. Here he is. His name is Trellian. Trelyan. Trellian. There's a reason why he's got a weird name like that. He's a computer nerd. You can see his shirt. He's got the sarcasm bracket on his shirt. That's his thing. He, you know, he's really good at programming. So like I said, his little identifiable trait is that he's the nerdy one, right? He's good with computers. He's also the story I wrote for him is that he's an immigrant. He's actually Russian, so he's also not from this country. He moved here. He's a foreigner, so that's like another. You know, he's got kind of two things going for him. But he's really good at Tetris, right? He came from Russia, which is it was called the Soviet Union at the time, but it's the same shit, right? So that's where Tetris was created. So he grew up playing Tetris because his country, his homeland, was very proud of that game. So he played a lot of Tetris, and he is good at Tetris the Grandmaster. So his story is that there's 3 Tetris the Grandmasters. He's got Grandmaster in the first 2. Not number 3 yet, because according to him, it's very hard. And it actually is. A lot of people who do Tetris the Grandmaster, they got the GM rank in the first 2. Not many people have it on 3, right? A lot of people have 1, less people have 2, and even fewer have 3. So he's not in the upper echelon yet, but he's working on it. Does he have a tail or he's got legs and a tail, right? You know, like how Lantis has she's got legs and then she's got the big swishy tail. So he's got the same thing. You just only see him from the waist up, right? Just an upper body shot. Also, his name is Trellian because it is loosely a reference to Don Trell the Dolphin, the indie game that low tax from Something Awful inadvertently kind of made famous, and then the creator caught a lot of flack from misguided people who were giving him a hard time, so he took all of his games down. But he used the word Trell in a lot of things. It's even in the name Dontrell, right? That's even in the name of that character. So that word, the base word Trell, he used it in a lot of stuff. So I was like, I tried to think of a name that incorporated that. So we got Trellian, and that's his name. So it's his name is a reference to that, and he doesn't look as weird as Dontrell the dolphin does. Dontrell's got some musculature problems with his jaw, if you've ever seen the artwork. I got one more for you. This one's complicated because she's not really a mascot character. She's from a Gatorbox thing, but nobody's gonna recognize her because the thing she's a part of is more than likely never getting made. So let me just put this last one up. There we go. Sexy snake lady, right? This is Serpentina, or just Tina for short. A while back, we concocted this idea for a game based on Muscles Gator, right? And his brother Flex, and the different color tank top that looks exactly the same, right? And we were thinking of this game where like, they go on this journey to do something. So like, okay, well, what are they doing? It's like, okay, Jesse gets kidnapped, and Muscles and his brother have to go fight through all the stages to go save her and get her back, right? Because she's kidnapped, she's being held for ransom, so they go beat everybody up, right? That's the game. And I'm like, well, who's the bad guy in this game? So we came up with these characters. Serpentina is the bad guy from the game. She's dressed very nice. It's because she's involved in organized crime, right? She's one of the kingpins in a crime family, and she is. I don't have any pictures of the other character, but she's always accompanied by her big brutish right hand man, her thug, Rattlesnake Jake, who's also an anthropomorphic snake. He's taller than she is, right? They're not a couple. They're not dating. He's just her hired hand, and he does all of her dirty work. But she calls all the shots because she's the ringleader. So they kidnap Jessie and gonna hold her for ransom, and then Muscles goes and beats him up. And then basically you fight her cohort Jake throughout the game in different vehicles, and he's kind of like Dr. Robotnik, where he has a goofy ass machine at the end of every stage, and then you finally get to her at the end, and then you beat her, and she gets arrested, right? Justice is served. So she's not really a mascot because she doesn't really exist in the same canon universe as all of the other characters because she's not a good guy. So it would be really weird if she was like chumming around with everybody else, and she's like canonically, kidnapped Jessie at one point. Like, why would she be hanging around everybody else? It doesn't make any sense. So, so she exists within, the Gatorbox mythos, but only for a game that is in development hell. So, like I said, I created this character, but no one. This is the first time anyone's ever seen her. She's never had any art, nothing else. When I talked to the artist, I literally was like, Copilot is completely useless trying to generate an anthropomorphic snake because it just can't do that. And so I basically was like, here's a couple of like Anthro Arbok from Pokemon, and this is like as close as I can get to helping you visualize what I'm talking about. So we just kind of worked backwards from there. But yeah, she's the first Gatorbox character who's not a good guy. She's an antagonist, and doesn't even really exist in this world with everybody else. But I wanted to get something drawn up of her because I like the idea of having a character who's not who's just inherently evil, right? Crime family, but at the same time, she does have those she does have a trait that the other characters do, right? So Serpentina, you know, organized crime, that's usually a man's field, right? It's usually Big Tony, right? You know, guys like that. So in a sense, she's kind of like an empowered woman. So she has that going for her, where she's like, yeah, this is a man's field, but you know, I'm kicking ass with the men too. So she has that going for her. So like I said, I try to design all these characters with one trait that, you know, maybe people could like identify with and like. So I did that for her. So anyways, that's all the art I've got. That's all the art I've got. So I'll put that down. I want to upload this video onto YouTube out of order of all the other ones, because a lot of these characters and this artwork, you're probably going to start seeing it in channel branding and stuff like that. And if I upload this video in the timeline of everything else, you're not going to hear this announcement for like 2 years. So I'm going to cut this to the front of the line now to let you guys know. Here's all these new characters, new artwork we got, so you're probably going to start seeing them around. And then, you know, the next upload will rewind the clock 2.5 years, however far back I am, right? And we'll do it from there. So just wanted to say, if you wanna commission any of these, well, I say any, there's only 2. I will put their information in the description of this video, so you guys can check them out. Please go support them. They are very talented, as you can see, obviously. So that's an introduction to some of, I guess, one new Nessie picture and 5 characters that really don't have any artwork of them. So, you know, invest a little bit. As for the snake chick, you know, might have to get a pinup of her. She is what we call Dakimakura material, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, Fandramon, they do have pages on the wiki under the mascot category. I did that before the stream tonight, just so that I could direct you guys there if you wanted to take a look at it later and see the full res blown up versions of the art. So it's there. So okay, that's the end of this announcement. Thank you.